Let's look at how companies make millions from free advertising. Hi, my name is Christopher Brown. My last job, I was hired as a business strategist for a $400 million marketing firm where I worked with local family-owned enterprises, internet startups, but I also worked with executives from billion-dollar companies. So I'm going to share with you the lessons that I learned from them. So if you're not making at least $100,000 from free advertising, then you're going to want to watch this video. Are you tired of wasting your time and or money on oversaturated ad networks including Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, and others, trying to get traffic that produce little or no results? There are massive but little known ad networks that are free but may have some minor operating expenses that are only typically known by the richest and smartest entrepreneurs. Hi, my name is Christopher Brown. The first time I used any of these ad networks, I had about $200 in expenses, and over the next 6 hours, I saw a return of over 7,000%. The next time I did this, a friend of mine and I helped his dentist, where we brought them a return of 65,000%. Now, I know these numbers may sound outrageous. That is because we are not spending money buying traffic. Now, I'm taking on a small test group of clients for free, besides the cost of doing business, so I can get more testimonials across different industries. Again, my last job, I worked as a business strategist working with executives from billion-dollar companies. So I need more testimonials to show this works for smaller companies too. So if you'd like to find out what these ad networks are, where to find them, and how to capitalize on them yourself, just click on the button, Yes, I Want Free Traffic, and then enter your email on the following page. One more thing, stay healthy, have a great day. I'm glad I could help you, and we'll see you on the next page. If no one knows you, or you only have a small group of people that know you, how are they going to buy from you? So we're going to look at how to get known when no one knows who you are. Hi, my name is Christopher Brown. My last job, I was hired as a business strategist for a $400 million marketing firm, where I worked with executives from billion-dollar companies. So I'm going to share with you some key takeaways that I learned from these companies. So we're going to look at how to get influential people, those who are respected in your community or in your industry, to endorse you and your product to their following. So this is how companies make millions from free advertising. So let's dive into this. Let's say Elon Musk posted a number of messages on Twitter, or what is now known as X, endorsing you and what you have to offer. Would you have any problems finding customers? This is what we do. You see, the purpose of advertising is when somebody has put in the effort to build a large enough following that they can send out a message to that following. They only need a small percentage of that following to respond to the message to reach their income goal. But it may take a lot of time, effort, and resources to build a following large enough to be successful. But just think how much easier it would be to find somebody who is already successful, send out a message to their following endorsing you and what you have to offer. This is where we come in. Instead of Elon Musk, the first time I did this, I made a deal with Joel Broughton, who sent out an email to his customer base endorsing me and my new product. And over the next 6 hours after sending out that email, that did nearly $15,000. The next time I did this, I made a deal with Al Nin, where we made a deal with his dentist. We then reached out to several beauty salons in the area, provided them with marketing material, where we added 3,200 new patients in the first 90 days at an average of $2,000 per patient for a total of $6.5 million over the next 12 months. Now, people love the idea of using somebody else's following or another company's customer base to grow your company, but going from idea to putting this into action is too much to ask for from so many of you. Let me share a story with you of Len and Annette, who sent out around 400 letters through the mail to around 100 local businesses, where they came to an agreement with a dry cleaner, furniture store, and a real estate agent. And over the next 12 months, who collectively brought in $1 million in new business. However, we've created a shortcut. It's not a requirement to work with us. Again, I'm taking on a small test group of clients for free, besides the cost of doing business. However, you are one of the first ones to be invited to this community. The more that take part, the more the price will go up until we max out the community at 1,000 members at $1,000 per month, giving you 1,000 joint venture opportunities. You may be the first or the 999th community member. The reason we are limiting this community to just 1,000 members is to ensure that everyone receives the proper support to be successful. So lock in your spot now by clicking on the button you see below this video. One more thing, stay healthy, have a great day, and I'm glad I could help you. People love the idea of using somebody else's following to build your customer base, but going from idea to putting this into action is too much to ask for from so many of you, because you already have so many different issues that you have to handle. So let me give you a oversimplified explanation of how this works. So you got company A and company B. Company A refers their customers to company B, and company B refers their customers to company A, or a variation of this. Now imagine that you're doing this with hundreds of companies. Now, in our last video, I introduced you to Len and Annette that we're going to call as company A. They landed a deal with a dry cleaner that we're going to call in this example company B. The dry cleaner already had enough business. So instead of getting new business from Len and Annette paid the dry cleaner for the referrals they generated. So in addition to the dry cleaner, they also came to an agreement with a furniture store and a real estate agent, helping Len and Annette's business do $1 million over the next 12 months. Now, inside our online community, you're going to find the exact word-by-word scripts that Len and Annette used to land their joint venture partnership that added $1 million in business over a 12-month period. You could use this in a letter like what Len and Annette did. You could turn it into an email or many different forms of media. So if you have not done so already, be sure to join our online community and you'll receive additional details. But if you've heard enough to get started, we've provided you a link down below directly underneath this video to partner up with us. As you scroll further down the page, we've also provided you with some additional tools and resources for those who wish to dive deeper into this subject. Again, if you haven't done so already, just click on the link below this video to join our online community. One more thing, stay healthy, have a great day. I'm glad I could help you, and I'll talk with you shortly. Bye-bye now. We've been talking about Len and Annette over the last couple of videos, who did $1 million over a 12-month period by using the following of another company's customer base to grow their business. So let's look at how they did this. Now, first of all, they hired an agency to help them out with this, because you just can't expect companies to send you their customers. There has to be some sort of value from this. They have to be able to get something else other than just money. So Len and Annette hired an agency. They went old school. This agency created a multi-step direct mail campaign to find joint venture partners. Next, they have to find the right type of businesses to offer this opportunity to. They needed to find partners that they were not in competition with, but also shared the same type of customers. Now, people love the idea of using somebody else's following to build their customer base, But going from idea to putting this into action is too much to ask for from so many smaller companies. Because as you see here, there's so much involved in setting up a joint venture. Oftentimes, you will need what is known as a joint venture broker, someone who will manage the deal and put the deal together for you. Many joint venture brokers charge a retainer of $30,000 to $100,000, and then they will take a percentage of the deal for themselves as their profit. This is why you don't see many smaller companies using them. However, we wanted to make this as simple as possible and open up this opportunity to as many companies as possible by using an AI-generated software that I like to call as an auto sales closing system because it does the selling for you. This is all part of what we call as the $1 billion blueprint. Now, my last job, I was hired as a business strategist for a $400 million marketing firm, at times working with executives from companies like Ancestry.com, Crate Trucking, Procter & Gamble, Victoria's Secrets, and many others. Now, after doing an average of as many as 60 sessions per week, many of them, again, with executives from billion-dollar companies, I noticed a pattern that we call as the $1 billion blueprint. In other words, a set of principles that many existing billion-dollar companies used that helped them to reach their success and brought that same success to the internet. Yes, there are unicorns, where some idea catches fire and they're able to sell their companies for $1 billion, like when Facebook bought Instagram for $1 billion. However, when smaller companies use the $1 billion blueprint, I've seen smaller companies do $1 million in as little as 90 days. It's how Icy Hot went from $20,000 to $13 million in just 15 months. It's how John Reese went from $5,500 his first year, then jumped to $100,000 in a 7-day period, and then did $1 million over a 24-hour period, ending the year with several $1 million. Love him or hate him, it's how Bill Gates did nearly his first $10 million. It's how Quest Nutrition went from 0 to $1 billion in just 3 years. I don't know what you're going to do with this opportunity. However, I will lay out the groundwork for us to do the same thing in a 3 to 12 month period. So I've taken what I've learned from these companies and I've created a shortcut for you. So instead of having to invest enough money into advertising or do many of the other complicated things that we do online, like blogging, writing emails, filming YouTube videos, posting on social media, and selling, we have done the work for you. We use a similar software that some of the biggest experts and the biggest companies in their field use that we call as an auto sales closing system. That will, number 1, generate interest, number 2, capture your leads, number 3, present your products to your prospects, number 4, closing them right there on the spot, and if they don't buy, number 5, it follows up with them, closing them at a later point, number 6, by capitalizing on 9 different categories of income streams. Now, I'm sure you've gotten a lot out of this video series and been exposed to many new ways of doing business without investing into advertising. We have one more video in this series. However, as you scroll down the page, we've also provided you with additional tools and resources for those of you who wish to dive deeper into this subject. When you partner up with us, we will provide you with what we call as our AI-generated framework. So if you've heard enough to partner up with us and let us do the work for you by leveraging our existing relationships to expose you to our network of 150,000 customers and growing, just click on the link below this video to get started. One more thing, stay healthy, have a great day. I'm glad I could help you, and we'll see you shortly. Bye-bye now. Congratulations! I'd like to welcome you to the last video in this series of videos on how companies earn millions from free advertising by using joint ventures. Again, the purpose of this video series is because I'm taking on some clients for free besides the cost of doing business. because I need more testimonials across different industries. So I have a network of 150,000 users and growing that we will endorse those who partner up with us and their offer to. Now, those of you who run businesses offline may be familiar with networking groups, local city chamber of commerces, and BNI groups, where a group of local companies will pay a fee to be part of a group and have regularly scheduled meetings where members have a platform to showcase their businesses and earn referrals from those in the group. For example, the contractor knows somebody in the group who needs insurance and gives the contact information to the insurance agent, where each business refers their customers to each other. We are the online equivalent of a local city chamber of commerce or BNI group. Now, we have a software that takes all the complication out of it, that does the work for you by turning your competitors into your business partners. Now, in nature, this is called as a symbiotic relationship. You drive your customers to the software. Your customer ends up doing business with company B. Now, if you remember the example from our second video in this series. However, company C drives their customers to the software and becomes your customer. Now, the same thing happens with company D, E, F, and even H. The more business we do collectively, the better we do as a team. We use a similar software that some of the most successful companies in their field use that we call as an auto sales closing system that will, number one, capture your leads, number two, present your products to your prospects, number three, closes them right there on the spot, number four, if they don't buy, it follows up with them, closing them at a later point, and number six, by capitalizing on 9 different categories of income streams. Now, there's a lot of hype regarding social media. However, when it comes down to making money, more money is spent through email than any other media type. Now, social media has a return on your money of 28%, where email has a return on your money of 4,000%. So you spend $1, you make 40. Spend $2, make 80. Spend $3, make $120. How many times can you do that? As many times as possible. Now, Cody Sanchez went from 0 to building an email newsletter list of 350,000 subscribers, earning her $4.2 million. Bulletproof Coffee went up against the biggest coffee brands in the world, embracing technology and building an email newsletter on a variety of health topics, building a subscriber list of 1 million people, and in 2016 produced $50 million in revenue. Alexa Van Tobel built a financial education website and built an email newsletter on a variety of different financial topics, including career advice, managing your money, and investing, with a subscriber list of 1.5 million subscribers, which was acquired by a major financial firm for $250 million. Through this video series, we shared with you the purpose of advertising. The purpose of advertising is more than just selling products, but to build a following. Because once you have built a large enough following where you can send out a message to that following, you only need a small percentage of that following to respond to the message in order to reach your income goal. Now, many people build a following by posting on social media. But just think how much easier it would be to find somebody who is already successful, who already has a large following, send out a message to their following endorsing you and what you have to offer. But what does a person need to have to sign up with a social media account? It all starts with an email. We use multiple types of media to communicate with our network, including the mail. However, in this context, we are talking about email. Many smaller companies underestimate the power of email. However, when you combine joint ventures with the power of email, you become unstoppable. John Reese made a profit of $5,500 his previous year in business. He attended some networking conferences, and began to meet other startups who were also trying to make money with the internet and landed joint venture deals with them. Collectively, they sent out an email to their email list endorsing John and his offer. And over the next 7 days, they sold $100,000 in products. Now, a couple months later, they did the same thing again, sent out an email. However, this time, they did $1 million in a 24-hour period. Now, one of the joint venture agreements that John made was with Frank Kern. Frank Kern came to an agreement with Jose and Amish and sent out an email at 10 a.m., and just a few minutes past noon, they had already done $1 million from just 12,000 emails. Now, if you have not done so already, inside our online community, you'll find the exact word-by-word scripts that Frank used that uses some very powerful psychological triggers that you can use by replacing his product with yours and experience similar results for yourself. Again, you'll find the link down below directly underneath this video in order to do that. I want to invite you to partner up with us, where we will promote you across our community of 150,000 users and growing, of whom the majority are from Los Angeles. You'll also get our software that does the work for you, and so much more that would be an impossible job to tell you about right now. The best way to truly understand this is to put it to the test so you can experience the same results for yourself. So if you've heard enough to get started, just click on the link below this video. Now, I want to congratulate you for completing this first series of videos. I'm sure you're excited to start putting this into action so you can experience the same results for yourself. However, this is just the first step. In our next video series, we are going to 9x your income without growing your customer base, because there are hidden income streams trapped inside your business that you are not aware of or capitalizing on. One of your biggest expenses is selling new customers. It is much more profitable to sell established customers to 9x your income. These income streams, when done in the framework that I will demonstrate to you, will help you to build trust and establish customer loyalty. Just 5% of companies will ever do $1 million in a single year throughout their entire career as an entrepreneur. However, the average millionaire has 7 streams of income. So, I want to invite you to take advantage of our next series of videos and get an upper hand in what your competition is doing. So, if you've heard enough, number 1, be sure to join our online community. Number 2, partner up with us. And number 3, move on to the next video series to 9x your income. One more thing, stay healthy, have a great day, and I'm glad I could help you.